All right, guys. Well, didn't expect that. So you guys fire away.
Everyone talks about your offense, notably. So your defense, though, what do you hope to achieve? You're extending a lot of talent on the outside. What are you hoping to get from that?
Well, I mean, there's a formula to being a great team and making runs in tournaments. You want to try to fight to be a top 20 defense and a top 20 offense. And I think one of the big jump we made at Gonzaga, maybe the last 10 years is we got pretty good defensively. And, we coached. It's funny, defense, you can coach a lot of ways. You can have gurus and this stuff and that stuff. And Coach Few and I decided not to do that. We just started coaching it ourselves, like what's hard to play against, and what bothers us and using common sense and trying to be flexible and, play to your personnel a little bit. And it's inspiring the way the guys are playing now. Listen, it's been 3 home games. It's early in the year. I mean, I don't think we need to anoint these guys the 90s Detroit Pistons, but they're on their way to being a great defensive team, and there's nothing wrong with that being your calling card.
When you say that, is there particular keys that maybe have worked out better than you thought these first 2 games?
I mean, we have good personnel. I mean, and it's no secret. Sean coached defense hard, so I think there's been some carryover there with the effort. And then maybe we've kind of adapted to the personnel a little bit with the plan, but they've been well schooled, and which is a good place to start. And you get a guy like Justin Kier and Kim Aiken. Kim Aiken was the defensive player of the year in his conference. You're adding pieces. Pella Larson's a heck of a defender. Umar, now that he's in shape, he's coming over and protecting the rim. You add those guys off the bench, there isn't a big fall off defensively. So. No, it's been a good mix, but you know what? The crazy thing is, it's going to get tested over and over and over again.
One of those things where you also have a guy who can fix things. 7-footer.
For sure. I mean, rim protection's huge, and it's not block shots. It's rim protection. When that guard breaks through your first line of defense, and he's starting to get downhill, okay. You make him shoot over 7-foot guy, but even our other guys are contesting shots, and I mean all those guys are 6'7", 6'8", 6'10", Zoo, 6'6", Pella, I mean Kerr's the only small guy we got, and he's scrappy. So we got a good defensive makeup.
With those inside guys, have you found you're telling your guys to extend and maybe even be a little more aggressive than you would? I mean,
you that's how you package defense. When you have rim protection, then now you can get a little more aggressive, taking away threes. And we have certain ways we like to take away threes, and we practice it, and we understand if we get beat, then here's the next thing coming. And we practice it every single day. And the guys probably get sick of it, but now I think they're seeing there's reasons why we do it.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you saw it as it playing out. You're like, okay, Christian's doing this or that. We can do that. We can do this. Have you even adjusted that mindset?
I mean, nothing crazy. I mean, I'm not doing anything defensively that I've never coached before. I mean, it's a lot of the same concepts, and it's just with a new group, and we have really good personnel to do some of the things that I'm comfortable doing defensively. So it's been a good mix.
You opened saying you didn't expect that in this. What do you mean by that?
Well, that's a really good basketball program, and obviously they got a tough hop scheduling, so, I want to take my hat off to them, but, I wasn't driving down here today thinking you're going to win by that margin. I was hoping we could hit our coverages. They had some skilled bigs, and we did a great job taking them out of the game because we're mobile on defense. We can switch things. We can give different looks. And adjust, and even if they switch, now you're posting a guy like Pella Larson, who's, you guys probably haven't stood next to him, but he's a man. And so there is no real disadvantage. So yeah, I was just hoping we keep growing our experiences as a group playing against different styles of play. Because at the end of the day, it comes down to matchups in a lot of these teams. I know that's a cliche, but how you match up with certain people. Do you have an Achilles heel defensively? And if you don't, or your Achilles heel is hard to find, it makes you hard to play against.
On the offensive front, I'm sure it wasn't the game plan to have all the front court scoring in the first half or a bulk of it and then suddenly be hitting from
that was
outside.
the game plan. The game plan, I mean, it's a simple formula. What's the best way to get skilled bigs off the floor? Foul them out. Go at them. Make them play defense. And yeah, we set a goal for paint points, and I don't know if we hit it. And I'm not going to share you what the goal is, but we take that stuff serious. We want to play a physical brand of basketball, inside out, and I make no bones about it.
The three-point shooting in the second half, as much as you liked the two, did you feel those were good looks?
I love threes that are good looks. Some of the threes we took in the first half, I talked to the guys. That's why I call it a timeout. Ben shot one when we didn't put any pressure on the defense. Zoo shot one where he just sprinted out and shot one, when we went stagnant in the first half. And you don't have to shoot those shots. You're settling. Now, there's nothing wrong with earning a good three-point shot. Whether you're running the floor or you're exploring things on a ball screen, a rotation happens, they rotate off a shooter, you hit him, he shoots. That's great offense, and I love those threes. And the guys are getting comfortable with what I like and what I don't like. And listen, but I'm also going to live with some shots too, because they're good guys. They're trying hard. They're trying to make them, and I don't want them to play tight.
It seems odd in some way that you have all these flashy offensive numbers, and you're in here talking about defense.
I love it. I mean, you guys focus on the offense. I don't. We practice more defense than offense. I promise you that.
Ben is the guy, tonight's Ben is probably the guy you're probably going to see more, are you thinking?
I hope so. I met with Ben, and Ben's a really good player. Listen, he's a developing player. And it's not fair to some of these kids that it's media driven. It's social media driven, that they're anointing them to be NBA players. I mean, yeah, he's really talented, but let him develop on his own pace. There's nothing worse for a coach than having a really talented player who's feeling squeezed, feeling pressure. Every miss or make he's living and dying with, and I'm trying to help him, but I can feel his pain. There's nothing worse than that as a coach. Like, Ben's fine. He's right where he should be. He's right where he should be. A little bit inconsistent, a little bit up and down, but he's trending upwards as long as he learns. That's been my message to him. So we had a couple really good meetings, really positive. I worked out with him a couple days ago. Nothing crazy, not a magic touch, but I was spending time with him. And we're talking, about what this is going to take. And he came out today and he showed some of the things. I've been on him. I think he's got to shoot the ball quicker. He's got to shoot it with energy. He's been shooting these set shots and kind of tiptoeing, like shot fake. Should I shoot it? Should I not shoot it? I mean, that's a hard way no one's good that way. So he's learning. He's right where he should be. I love the kid, and hopefully he can kind of tune the outside noise out and develop at his own pace organically like he should.
You're forcing a lot of turnovers getting in transition. When that doesn't happen, how do you grade the half-court offense?
I'll have to go back and watch it, but that's an interesting question. But here's what's hard. When you guys might looking at it, you might be looking at it like you're isolating a variable. When I'm looking at it, I see a calculus equation. I see this affect that, affect that, affect that, affect that. So for me, it's hard to say. I mean, there were some possessions I thought we settled in the half court, but there was also some beautiful ones where we had multiple movement, got to the third ball screen, something good happened. So for me, it's hard to say how do we run a half-court offense? Because I look at the whole thing, like how's our pace impacting things? Are we putting foul pressure? Are we getting Azulis early post-ups? Are we getting to multiple ball screens when we do have to run a half-court set? I think the biggest thing is our guys got to trust getting to the next ball screen. And our guys are so unselfish passing right now. I think they could have drove and got a bunch of layups today on some of those ball screens. They kept trying to hit Christian for the lob. So just little things we got to learn. And they're not easy because you're playing every game. You're playing a different style of defense.
You mentioned the tough hop schedule for those guys. As well as you guys have been playing, how much do you figure maybe fatigue? They go to the wire at UNLV. It sounded like they drove here after that. I'm sure it was a lot. I couldn't give you a number of points it impacted, but it's a lot. It's sometimes programs like them, it's a tough road in some of these non-conference games. But you know what? I guarantee you that's a winning program. That's a heck of a coach. And he's going to say, all right, boys, we're going to wash that one down the shower. We're going to learn from it, and we're going to come back, and they're going to have a chip on their shoulder for sure.
What's the plan now that you guys are going to be playing outside of McHale Center?
Play good basketball. That's all possession by possession. We're going to try to play the way we've been establishing, and we know it's going to get tested, with maybe some better athletes, higher level talent, but we're going to go out and we're going to play the game. We don't have any crazy plan. We're going to come here, prepare tomorrow, maybe learn a few things from this game, and then we're on to Wichita State 100%.
What can you tell us about Wichita?
You guys know Wichita. It's a tough, blue-collar program. Their players have chips on their shoulders. They fight you. It's going to be a physical battle. And
I think we're built for that. You know what? Now it's going to get tested. It's going to get tested again.
Does this seem right? I mean, playing 3 games and maybe stepping up in competition, going away from home. Is this
Yeah,
about
I
what you
mean,
would like to do, or do you feel like?
Every year is different. Every team's different, and with this being my first year, it's been a nice transition, and I'll probably give you a better answer Friday, after the game, on if it was the right thing. But it's the next game on the schedule. I'm excited for it. Our guys are excited, and we're going to prepare for a battle.
Coach, in what aspects of the game do you want to see your team improve?
I mean, I don't know if I have anything crazy specific for you. You know, I want what I want to see them improve is I want them to understand why we're having success, and double down on the reasons we're having success. You know, that's the biggest thing is just like, this is how we play, and we play with unselfishness, great energy, great toughness. I told them, you can be nice guys and still kick ass, and that's the message, and that's what we want to do.
You said a few games ago that you would let Kirk Cousins keep wearing the headband if he played well. Do you think tonight his performance lets him keep wearing the headband?
I mean, I didn't even know if he had a headband on. I mean, I swear to God, I don't even know. I don't notice any of that stuff. I don't notice headbands, arm sleeves, shoe covers. I'm there to watch basketball. And so did he have a headband on tonight? Okay. I think Kerr's he's a really good player, and he's growing as a player, and he's really – I can really feel him starting to lead in practices and stuff and shoot arounds, and I love where he's at, and I love that I'm his coach.
You don't think Ben's performance stemmed from that new look?
Did he have a new look? I didn't even notice.
No headband, let his hair out a little.
Okay, well, you know what? I mean, I'll leave that for you experts to analyze,
Your dance that you did after you made your 3 half court, is that you had a little bit of a dance?
I don't even know. Who put that out there?
Oh, one of these guys probably.
What?
And followed it up with the.
Okay,
He
I
kinda
don't
mimicked-
know. No, hey, I mean, you know what I mean? I just told the guys, you shoot it to make it. I think we've had, 5 times we've shot them, red, blue, and then we shot it for exhibition in 3 games, and 4 out of the 5 games I've made it. So, it's kind of a trend.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, guys, have a good one.